Hi, I'm Ken. It's good to be here with you all. We're going to do a little tutorial about the mosaic banner process. Many of you saw the Christmas banners, the two side ones that were done particularly for you, and then the center one was done decades ago for Regis University's lesson in carols. It's part of a trio. They look smashing together. Maybe someday all three will hang here. But better than that will be this project, which you're seeing half of, okay? So imagine this doubled. And then tulips, AJ, the pile to your right, can you lift up one of them? So those are the tulip shapes, and what I've done recently is to take more difficult shapes that are difficult to perhaps get at, and we're going to use those forms and do them separately. So there are just a few guidelines. We're going to be mostly working with felt, but we're also working with different forms of lame, okay, or embroidered materials, or textured metallics, and so forth. So the bulk of this is going to be a field of shimmering gold. And it's going to, both pieces are going to be placed behind the cross the way the Christmas ones were. And my hope was to keep it simple enough so that the materials spoke for themselves, and then enough complexity that it's interesting to look at. So the image is the rising sun behind the cross, a symbol of resurrection, as you all know, and then a wreath of spring flowers around that rising sun. So just to pull it to the Easter spring connection, that's part of the natural connection. You're going to be gluing, and I'd rather not see people glue just like this. They may need to in different parts, but what we want you to do is to lay a good, how many of you had tiled the bathroom before? Okay. Experts. So you know how you lay down a field of mastic, and you put the tile into the mastic and press. Pressing is pretty important on this because we want the fabric to really make a connection. The metallic fabrics have been backed with felt, and I find that helps make it attached to the parent piece. So we want plenty of glue, okay? And the same thing as with the bathroom tile, want a little bit of space to approximate grout. And what Kent has done here very nicely is done random. So if you really like this gold, or you like a particular shade of blue or of the yellow family, please fight your compulsion to use all of those. So random is really good in all of the color mixings. You'll notice that there are a few outlines here, and want you to overlap the outlines, okay? And so there's one color here and then the field of gold on the inside. So whether you overlap it with the blues or you overlap it with the gold, we want to cover that outline so they're...
Cover the black.
Yeah, cover the black. Pat down the sections that you finished after a while so that you know that they connect. And as you finish for the day and the glue is kind of set, kind of use your whole hand and press down an area. Again, you like bathroom tile, you want it to connect. There are 3 massive vats of color right here that take care of the bulk of the design. So the gold, there's the Augustana border blue mix. Okay, and you notice that it's made up of a number of different colors, including some weird ones, okay? And you're gonna think, what was he on when he mixed these colors? Because obviously he screwed them up. We put in an odd color every once in a while. I call them anomalies. I watch Star Trek too much. And the anomalies help a color field kind of pop. That usually contrasting color or tone helps the surface to be varied in such a way that the eye does all the mixing. What's happening with these combos of colors is what Impressionist painters did, and it's called optical mixing. So your eye blends the colors far enough away, you're going to look at them up close and say, oh, it's really jangled. And then when you step away halfway down the church, it will feel more homogeneous. With the sun shape in particular, and the tulip shapes, again, which are going to be done separately and then glued, as much as possible, try to follow the shape outline and lay down colors starting with the line, the curved line in this case. Do not start, if you can help it, with the straight line at the edge. The more that you're able to repeat the contours, the more rhythmic it's going to feel. Okay. So think about odd pieces from the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Everyone got that? Like in doing the design, I wanted the cross to be the cross upstairs. Like I don't want to repeat a bundle of religious images and that'll make this religious. To me, echoing the natural world is probably one of the holiest things to do. So it's stylized, but still it's that's the source. In terms of, I'm convinced that beauty is pretty akin to worship. Bringing something, first of all, unusual into the space. You may have said this earlier when the green went up. Things that we see every day we cease to see. And that goes for artwork or objects, sometimes partners or children. After a while, we kind of don't see them until circumstances make us see them. So that's a little bit how these pieces function, and they underscore the fact that the church year, brilliantly, is split up in seasons. And, you know, if you take a look at the seasons and the colors, they're about the natural world. For me, the liturgical year is built on the natural year. So anything of beauty that can direct congregations or an individual's thoughts or attention, even if it's, wow, how'd they do that? A sense of wonder about that. Think about the first day when you came in, the Christmas banners were up. I'm hoping it was a surprise and was not something that you expected. I think God's like that, not something you always expect.